Am I wrong for refusing to leave the room when my husband told me to? My husband's best friend, which is a female, got the news that her dog has cancer just days ago. My husband would call her every day till yesterday when she visited. I opened the door for her, greeted her, then led her to the living room and went into the kitchen to get a glass of water after my husband asked me to. I came back and didn't find them in the living room. Turns out they went into the guest room and the door was shut. I heard weeping and sobbing sounds coming from inside. I started to knock, but when I got no answer, I went in and found them embracing each other while she was crying. I stood by the door, but my husband paused and told me to give them a minute. I gotta say that I did not feel comfortable with his request, so I remained just standing there in the doorway. He got up and started repeatedly telling me to get out. I told him that it's my house and he can't tell me where I can and can't go. He got angry and told me to get out and we'll talk later, but I refused. He asked what was wrong with me for not seeing how tense the situation was and not just giving them their privacy. I told him that they did not need to shut the door for any reason, no matter what it is. We argued and she ended up leaving. He blew up at me afterwards, calling me unbelievable and saying that I have no respect for him and his friend, who's actually going through a really hard time right now. He said it was ridiculous that I refused to give them privacy. I told him how weird it was for them to shut the door just because they were crying. He told me that I was petty and overbearing to act like this in front of her, and from stopping him from showing the true support that he wanted to. Now he's gone completely radio silent and is acting like I kicked her out or treated her poorly. For context, I'm 26 female, she's 28 female, and he's 31 male. She's been his best friend / sister for over 8+ years. She tends to be very emotional and highly sensitive, and we don't get along because she tends to be a boundary stomper, and she does and says things that make me feel like I don't know my husband as much as she does. And on top of that, she's always comparing us. Initially, I didn't want her to come over, but my husband called and asked her to. Okay, guys, so you have to let me know in the comments what you would do in this situation. I found this story on Reddit, and honestly, the comments are like gold, really good advice. So let me know what you would do.